Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and today I want to make with you guys some tea tie-dyeing bundles. And I will show you what that entails. I think it's going to turn out pretty cool, and I'm going to experiment with you guys. So I've had some tea bags seeping, and these are the bigger ones. These are like the bigger tea bags. Here, I'll show you. So we got like this size, and then the jumbos. And I just went down to the store and got these at just the local market. And that's what it is. Yeah, so I've been seeping it for about 2 days. And I just did some, hot water and stuck 1, 2, 3, at least four bags in each cup. And you just want to get it nice, dark, and rich with color. And what I want to show you guys is I've been tie-dyeing for years, and I wanted to incorporate some tie-dye into tea dyeing. So what I first learned and have learned is that it helps to get your material wet before you dye it, and it just helps saturate it and get it in there better. So I got my cotton. I got some cotton material here. And I thought this would be fun. It's some scraps that I have hanging around. So any lighter color or beige color is going to be nice. You just don't want to go too, dark with the background and stuff. But what I'm going to do is just take some pieces here. And I just had some stuff laying around. So just go ahead. We'll just rip it. So get out your materials and let's do some tea tie-dyeing here. So I just got some muslin material and some cotton and some I got some lace I'm gonna throw in, and some of this. I think this is like a rayon or polyester or something like that, so we'll see how this dyes. I'm not quite sure, so it'll be a fun experiment. So I'm going to go ahead and get a bunch of these ripped up and in the water soaking. Okay, so I have it soaking in here, and darn it, I think that's going to run a little bit, so I'll take that out. It was like a little stamp thing, so we got a little blue happening, but that's okay. Swish it around. So you got all your stuff soaking in here. Okay. And I'm just going to put this over to the side so I can grab from it. And what we're going to do is get a pan. And this is just a shallow pan, or dish, rather. And I have some rubber bands. So they're just little rubber bands. Okay. This here for now, and I'm going to grab out a piece here and squeeze it, because you don't want it soaking wet, you just want it damp. Okay, and I'll show you guys this fold here. So I'm going to try this. So you can put this one here. You can go ahead and see what else you want, because we're going to make like little bundles with them. So this is just a piece of linen. So we can put this here. Okay. And I'm thinking just like, you don't need much. So like 3. I would do 3 at the most to layer it up. And maybe divide it up like this. Just kind of spread it out. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is an accordion fold, which you just take your fingers like this. Make sure you guys can see. And I just have parchment paper under me with a trash bag. So you just take it and pinch and pinch. So you're just going to make just like an accordion, just like that. Okay. So just like that. You just kind of just pinch it till you get like an accordion. All right. And you take your rubber band, and you can do it as tight as you want or as loose as you want, but going to do them pretty snug here. Because I think it's going to be cool if it has like a white line going through it, like that. And we can also take another piece. This is just like the ends of fabric here that I have. And we can tie it like this. So we're just trying to put a bunch of texture throughout. So there we go. So that's one piece, and then I'm just going to take it and put it over here. Just stick it in your pan or your little dish. Okay. So you can do it that way, and then here's another way. You can just kind of stack them. So I think I'll put this one on the outside, like this. And then what you could do is just go ahead and fold it, like that, and then just fold it. So you can do just a little bundle like that. Okay. And we'll take some, you could take ribbon, lace, just anything you got to tie it up. And then I'm going to let these sit. And you can even do it tight like that. There we go. Get a cool pattern. So I will, once we get a bunch and different kinds of stuff going in here, I'm going to let this sit for a couple days. The longer you let it sit in here, the better. The darker they'll be. Just depending on how dark you want them. Okay. And then here's a fun one. You can take this. Go ahead and grab out a tea bag. I'm going to squeeze it on here. And you can wrap your tea bag. It kind of broke open, but I don't mind it. So you can just take your tea bag and wrap it around it like that. There we go. Let's make a fun little bundle here. Okay. So there. So it's in the tea bag. Like that. And let's see. Let's try something. So another fun thing you could do is you can grab it and pinch it in the middle, just like that, and then swirl it. So you're making like a swirl. Okay. And then just have it swirl all the way around, just like that. And you take your rubber band, and you just pretty much, you just want it to stay together. So it doesn't need to be super tight or anything. So go like that, and then there you go. So then you're gonna have like a little swirly effect. And like I said, I'm experimenting with you guys, so I'm hoping that it will turn out like that. I think so. I think that'd be fun. So the reveal will definitely be really fun to see. So those are different. Oh, here, I'll show you one more. Okay, like this. Throw another piece in. And maybe one more. Okay, and then you take it. It's kind of sticking to the parchment paper, but you take it and just kind of scrunch it up. Just do a bunch of scrunching like that. And then you take a rubber band. You just put it around it. So I'm just snapping it around just like that. So you keep it all scrunched up. there we go. So that's definitely another way to do it. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some more and get them in here, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I want to show you guys you can go ahead without a tea bag in here and just kind of fold. I just layered up a couple. And you can go like this. Okay. And take whatever you want to tie it with. And there we go. All right. So we got a bunch in here. And what you can do too is saturate some here. Like if you have some leftover, you know, like I have all this left over, we go ahead and just pour your stuff over, your little tea, and you can saturate it and just let it kind of sit on the sides like this, and it will get darker. Like the pieces that are sticking out that the air is hitting will darken up. So let's just go ahead and take our tea. Okay. So I just did 2 cups of tea, and then just whatever, you know, 4 or 5, you know, even 6 bags, depending on how dark you want it. Of just like, you can do Lipton tea or black tea. This one's like more of a black tea. So just depending on how dark you want it. So you just put them in, move them around. You can even take your extra pieces that you don't have wrapped, and then just kind of set them on the side here. Okay, we'll see what those do. Okay. And they'll start getting like darker and around the edges and stuff. So I'm gonna let this sit for, depending on how patient I am, 3-4 days. You can even go up to a week. So we want this all to be evaporated. So, you know, you can come over and kind of flip around if you want and keep kind of messing with them and smush around. Make sure you have these up on the side if you want them in the air. And yeah, I would say about a week, you know, until everything's just evaporated in it. And then I will come back and do the big reveal with you guys. I also wanted to say real quick to like extra tea bags that you have, just go ahead and just set them in the water around, and yeah, it'll help darken it all up and getting it all nice. So I just wanted to tell you guys that real quick. So it has been 48 hours, and you can see, I'll bring the light down a little bit. You can see the edges are starting to turn brown. I think it's looking really cool. Those are the ones that have been out in the air. We just dipped them and then let them sit out. So that's kind of fun. And what I want to do, well, what I did is I went ahead and dumped out some of the tea water because it was pretty full. So I dumped some of it out, so there's still a little bit on the bottom there, you can see. And I'm gonna let this sit a couple more days, but what I wanted to do with you guys is I have my RIT dye, which I've told you about, and I got black. So now you can either use black ink if you want to, just like drip some on there, but I'm gonna take some in my tie-dye bottle, and I didn't dilute this one, so it's just straight up ink, or not ink, it's just the RIT dye, and I want to do just little drops on the fabric and see how it turns out. So let's just do just little interest dots here. Nothing too crazy. And then we'll see how that turns out. If it soaks through. Oh, I think I'm in the light. So I'm just gonna do some dots around. And then I also have Evening Blue. And this one is a little diluted. So I'll hold it up so you guys can see. I'm just going to do just a little. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, so it's an experiment. And let's just experiment together. So just giving it some color. And I think that will be fun, just to kind of have different shades throughout. And like I said, you guys can do your inks. You can even do your like oxide inks and stuff, and maybe drip some of that on it, or do a little spritz and stuff, and let's just see what it comes up with. Okay, so I'll be back in a couple days. All right, believe it or not, it has been a week, and they're turning out really cool, but I got to get them out of here. They're still wet, but I don't want them to mold, so I need to get them out of here and get them hung up. And it's supposed to be hot here in Oregon coming up, so we're going to get like 70 degrees. So I'm going to hang them out on my fence, and I'll get a picture of them. But I want to unreveal them. I'm going to take them apart and look at them right now with you guys. But they are, keep in mind, they will be darker because they are a little damp. And I put parchment paper down, and yeah, let's get to it. So you can see the pieces that I hung on the side are like really dark. I mean, that is so cool. I really like that. Okay, so we're just going to kind of just do that. And remember, I did the drops of black and then the evening blue with the Rit dye, which I showed you guys, but I will show you again. It is the Rit dye, and that's not the color I used, but that's what it is, and it's liquid and it's concentrate, and it's great for all kinds of things. Okay, so you can see where it hung over right here. Hung over the side and got some air to it, so that's fun. And then this was just a long skirt, like a linen skirt with buttons down it, and I thought that was so cool. And you can see all the different splots on it and stuff. I really like that. Okay, and yep, look at that. That's really neat. That part's like dry. Huh. Okay. So, and then this is some of the netting I put in. Some canvas. So these are just pieces I put in just around everything, and we got some tea bags, so keep those. These are great to use for later. And if you're curious what you can use them for, come check out my I'll try to put some links down below, but I use tea bags for all kinds of stuff. But look at that. Is that awesome? That is so cool. I hope this is showing up for you guys, because these turned out really cool. You can just see the dark and everything in it. Okay. So let's just get all these little pieces out. Wow. That is going to just make some really cool. And I want to do some slow stitching with this with you guys. So I'd love to hear in the comments if you guys want to see that with the slow stitching. And then these are just soaking wet bags. But yeah, I just needed, I dumped some of it out, and I was thinking that would help evaporate it, but no, it's still just soaking wet. So just, if yours does the same thing, just make sure to just get them hung up if they start getting like a little mold and stuff on them. But, okay, so these are all the loose pieces. Man, I think they're really cool. Okay, and let's move this and start revealing here. I waited long enough. I think we've all waited long enough. So that's the tie around it. I love it. Okay. And man, these just, I don't know, were not gonna dry, I guess. And yeah, just hanging them is gonna help a lot. And then I'll show you guys when they're all dry. But that's damp, so I'm just gonna start sticking stuff over. But this is the outside of it. So really cool, like marble looking effect. Okay. All right, so this is our accordion fold, like, you know, tie-dye fold here. And let's see how that turned out. I'm just so excited to see. But this is the tie around it. So that's gonna be cool. And let's see how this turned out. sure you guys are in frame here. Here, I'm just gonna move that over so we can really see this happening. Okay. So yes. Wow. That turned out really cool. We got a lace with some fun things. Yeah. Now remember, they are gonna be darker. They're darker right now because they're wet, but they will lighten up. That is really cool. So I think it was fun to go ahead and drip some Rit dye on top of it and stuff. Okay, that's the tie. Oh, that's cool. And this has a tea bag in it. That one broke open a little, but that's all right. So move that to the side. So there's some lace. That's fun. So yeah, I mean, you can just see all the cool colors in it. So I'm just trying to hurry and get some of these done here. And then I'll probably do some in a time lapse and open them up. But then I'll definitely show you guys for sure when it's all dry too. But we'll open a couple together here in regular time. So look at that. I think this turned out really cool. Yeah, that's so much fun. So it's just like the pieces that hit the air and just kind of got dark, you know. All right. Let's see, let's do the swirly. The swirly tie-dye one. So that's fun. So it kind of gives it a tie-dye looking effect, like a swirl. So there you go. So that's one way to do that. Let's see. Oh yeah, that turned out really cool looking. Okay, so the rest I'm gonna go ahead and just do in a time lapse real quick, and I'll get these hung outside, and I'll show you guys hanging when they're hung, and then I'll bring them in when they're all dry, and we can look through them too. Broody wanted to say hi on this beautiful day today. Hi, Broody. Hi, Broody. He loves the sunshine. He just lays out on the porch. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the tea bag, or the tea dyed fabric hanging up. And there's little Patty. She wanted to come say hi too. Kiki. Okay, so here is the fabric. I have it all hanging. And then I even have some tea bags down here hanging. I'm drying those out. Might as well. But you can see they turned out really cool. So yeah, that's pretty fun. And then like I said, I'll go ahead and get them when they're dry. We'll get a better look at them all. Maybe we'll do it out on the outside table, depending on the weather, and get a good look at how they all turned out. So yeah, until then. Such a beautiful day today. I decided to go ahead and bring you guys out here to show you the fabrics and show you these guys. They're just enjoying themselves. Little Patty's having way too much fun. Oh yeah? Are you enjoying yourself in the sunshine? Yeah, she likes talking. She's a show off. So they're just loving it out here. I thought you could show you guys the beautiful day that we're having. But yeah, so let's get to the big reveal here. Okay, so it is super nice out today. I got my neighbors mowing and stuff over there, so you probably hear that. And I just want to show you guys really quick just a fun reveal of the dry. Well, this one's kind of damp. This is the only one because it was thicker, and I had it hanging out for a couple hours, but it's still a little bit damp. But it turned out really cool. And then we got some fun lace here. So I'm just gonna kind of throw it all out, and then you guys can see it. I mean, just all its goodness here. So much fun. And these are great to do like with slow stitch and just some, you know, you can do journal covers with it. You can do some journaling cards with it. You can sew them all together and do some fun, just little intricate, little cool designs that you can do. So I got little pieces here. I mean, just so many. I'm hoping these are all coming up. They're just so much fun. So these little tea bundles are definitely great. And if you guys are enjoying this video, please hit the like button. It helps me out so much and gets my video out there for other people to learn how to do these cute little bundles. So yeah. I mean, look at all these. So cool. Okay, so it's super breezy out here today, but it's really sunny. So I just had to move you guys down to the table where I had you up on up higher, and it was kind of wiggly. So hopefully you guys can still see here. But as you can see, I'm just gonna lay them all out. You can see all the different texture looking dyes going through, and just the fun tea colors. That's just really cool. Hopefully none of this blows away. Let's go chase it. Yeah, because this is like gold. Don't want to lose it. But yeah. Got it all stacked up here. I mean, look at that. This is the one this is the part that was sticking out that I just dunked in at the beginning. Just dipped it and then let it just hang over the side. And this part was in it, and this part was hanging out. So you can see it just gets a little darker and kind of a little crunchy. So that's kind of cool. Some netting. And that's the swirly one that we did with like a tie-dye. So that's fun. That's a fun little way to do it. So yeah, I think definitely you guys need to try this, and if you do try it, I would love to hear how it turned out for you guys. And that's the canvas. This one's a little bit damp because it's a little thicker too, but not too bad. So yeah, look at all that. And that one's really cool. So I will definitely be doing future projects with this with you guys, and making some cool slow stitch like journal covers and stuff. And yeah, so if you guys would like to see those, definitely let me know. And if you could, I think this turned out really great. And if you could, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys will see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.